Hi everyone. Hope that everybody's doing well. Oh my goodness, I look terrible. Anyway, I do look very terrible, but oh, anyway, hope that everybody has enjoyed their holiday like I have. Like yesterday, I was at a potluck Christmas party, a mini potluck, and I would like to thank Maria Pereza for inviting me to her potluck mini party. I enjoyed myself very much, and I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed networking with a lot of the people there. It was so much fun, and I just had a really good time. You know, just getting to know people and making friends, making new friends, and it was just like really a lot of fun. If you want to go to my page, my Facebook page, then you can go on my Facebook page and you can see me there. Actually, there's a young man called Jay Z, and he's a really funny guy, and he was the one singing the karaoke, and I just had so much fun hearing him sing, and I was trying to sing along, and I was not very successful. But anyway, I had a really good time, and I got to see old friends as well as I made new friends, and that's what networking is really about. My subject today is really not about network. It is and it isn't. The thing is that I was asked while I was there, and also in many other places where I went to, is what do I do? That was the most asked question of 2018. What do I do? What do I do for a living, or just what do I do? So when I thought about it, I said to I kept telling people, well, I do live with Maria. It's my show, and I do my show, and I invite guests, and, or I talk mainly, on YouTube. And, I have a friend that, wants me to collaborate with her, and, and it's all good. And, I want to collaborate with her as well. But, when asked this question, I, I, I answered back very sincerely is that, I do live with Maria and Mawipa social media. And people say, oh, well, what is it, what is it about? And I said, well, it's about, helping the community. And basically I focus on communities that are homeless, or who are veterans who are homeless. I also focus on, or try to focus, or try to bring out, you know um, about homelessness and domestic violence and suicide. Well, a lot of people didn't continue the conversation. Just, oh, that's really interesting. Oh, you're doing such a great job. That's really nice. And it's like, you're trying to advocate. But most people, when you talk about things that are so important like that, like, people don't really, want to really engage in conversation about, homelessness, and things are so important in the community, and also to, a group of people that, mainly are either, Ashanapan, or people who, basically they don't want to help. And, I can understand why, because of so many things that have been happening. And, I can understand that aspect of it. But also, people don't want to talk about suicides, or it's just something that people do not want to talk about, especially during the holidays. And I noticed that people do not want to talk about it. It's like, okay, I want to be in a happy mood. And I noticed, because I'm very much an observer, and I noticed that people, even though they engage, or they try to engage in conversation, in happy conversation, I also noticed that, some kind of sadness, or people tend to show the very vulnerable side. And I noticed that, like, a lot of people, really make the effort to want to be positive, on a time that it's so difficult for them. So, many of that people that I know, I just saw, a lot of that, going on. And a lot of people are making changes to focusing more on how they can change their inner self and better themselves, and remove people who are very toxic, or surroundings that are very negative in, towards what their goal or what they want to aspire. And so when we analyze that, and we look around, and we start to realize and wake up, that if it is in fact true that we ourselves try to, we tend to gravitate to people who are not very uplifting to our spirits. And so we tend to gravitate to people like that, because that's the way we envision ourselves. So we tend to, lean towards that, because that's the way we see ourselves. Or maybe that's, if we gravitate more to either negativity, or we gravitate more to positivity. And so when we surround ourselves with people who are goal oriented, or who are motivated people, we tend to gravitate to that. And it can either be into the negative or into the positive. And so, like, I wanted to do this actually on Facebook, but since I haven't done a video for a while, I wanted to really get into that, you know, um, that was the question most asked about me. And that really, I try to, be honest to what I do. And though it may not be interesting, or maybe something that people are not ready to talk about, or maybe people are not, ready to discuss things that are so, you know, as- that are, that is very, how would I say, very sad, or, not something that people want to work on, or if they do, they don't want to do it during the holiday season. And so, you know, how, my question is to people is, how can I change it to being a more positive thing when asked a question like that? Like, how can I answer to that person so that it can be something that people, will, you know, look at and say, oh, well, I really want to talk to you about this. I don't care what it is, like, even if it's something that has happened to you in a personal level. Like, how can I make people realize that this is something that's so important? And it's not that it's really lacking, it's a, a certain kind of people that really are into that. And, you know, and you got to find people who are really authentic, and really want to help the community. Otherwise, if you have people who are just wanting to do it just for shows, or just for likes, or just because you want to have a level of status on Facebook and Instagram, or even on YouTube, then it's not going to work out, because really it all has to do with the heart and how you feel. So really, the real big question is that, that was my biggest, that was the biggest question asked of me in 2018. And since Live with Maria is just brand new, it's not like I've done this like years or a year ago, it's something that has developed slowly. And like I really want to get to a level where I can be successful and reach to a point where people, are tuning in and really, really, like, really know that what I'm doing. And first of all, you can't even do it on your own. You really have to find people that are in your same level of thinking, and the idea that you want to present to that person, and to see that really if they have the same vision that you do. And I only found like very few people who really have action. Like I always tend to look towards people who are very action motivated. Like, you are really doer. You know, while I am the kind of person that concentrates more on, let me see what I can do so that I can carry it out. And so, yeah, like it makes it harder when you are on your own. It's not like, it's not like I can't do it on my own. Like I've seen, like, I really have practiced to be more open and going out there and speaking to people. And, I always have the mindset of whether good or bad, that people will either say no or yes and learn to take criticism in a constructive way and not in a negative way. So, when I talk about this, it's like, I'm talking about it here also, but that is the most asked question of 2018. What or what have you done, or what are you doing? What are you doing likewise, like career wise? Like, what do you do, for a living? Or what do you do, to help the community? Or what is Live with Maria about? And even though I don't present myself with people on my live with Maria, eventually one day I'm going to have to, like I used to do it before, but that's because I was working with somebody. But eventually I'm going to have to do it on my own and figure out a way of how to do it. So that's all I had to say. Like, envision your dream. You can dream it and envision it and actually carry it out. But always ask yourself before you even do that, how can you service people and how can you benefit by doing what you're doing? And how can you see the fruits of what you have planted? Because, you want what you strive for and what you envision and what was a dream and now is actually what you're doing, and how to get there are three different things. And you can meet people who can actually inspire you to do what you want to do, regardless if that person works in a whole different field than you, regardless if that person is working on some project that has nothing or does not pertain to you. Sometimes we have to go and see other things and see what kind of other things you're good at. Just don't stay focused on just one thing. And that's the way I see it. Like it's always a learning process and how you can absorb all those things all together and just make it into one. So everybody, I hope that everybody had a great Christmas. I wanted to say that I will be going to Pasadena, Los Angeles, or Pasadena, California. Sorry, it'll be the first time that I'm going to be there. So I will be joining Joy Lab social media. Live with Maria will be on the Rose Parade of 2018. Okay, so let's just say it like this: is the Rose Parade tournament, and I will be there with Joy Lab social media. I am very happy that we are going to be going there because we will be behind the scenes for the Rose Parade, and it should be a wonderful experience because it will be my first time in Pasadena, but also it'll be my first time doing background, live media. So I mean, in real, like how would I say it? Like the whole experience. So I hopefully will enjoy this one, and hopefully you people can tune in. Hopefully my phone will not mess up and we can enjoy that Rose Parade. It's very, very beautiful. Everybody tells me how beautiful it is. And so I want to really soak up all that good stuff that the Rose Parade has to offer. So I hope that while I'm there, I hope that I have my YouTubers and also my Facebook friends, and also all my subbies, which of course you're all my family and my friends. Thank you so very much. I hope that everybody has a wonderful new year with health, happiness, and love, okay? And not really in that order. But I hope 2019 will be a better year for all of us. Happy New Year and take care, everybody. This won't be the last video. So the next time you probably see me at the Rose Parade in Pasadena, California. Take care, everybody. I love you. Bye. Mwah. And thank you to all my supporters. Thank you so very much for all my 21 supporters who have supported me in 2018. Hopefully in 2019, you will continue to support me and I'll have more subbies. If not, I still want my 21 supporters. I don't care. So thank you so very much for watching my YouTube. I have grown since then, to be less shy in front of the camera. So thank you so very much, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it so much for my 21 supporters and also for my new viewers and also for my Facebookers and also for Joy Laugh social media. Thank you so very much. And thank you, my sis Deborah. I have adopted like two already friends, and it's Susan Thomas. I hope that 2019 will bring you better health. Actually, three. And Rodolfo, I hope that you have a great 2019 with your grandson because he's so cute. And also, my new sister is Diane Hamilton. And so, thank you so very much, Diane Hamilton. I finally got to see you in person. I finally recognized the face with the name, and so thank you so very much. I enjoyed very much your friendship and your company yesterday. We had so much fun yesterday at the potluck. Thank you so very much, and I hope that everybody stays tuned for the Rose Parade, and it should be one wonderful year, hopefully. Thank you so very much, and take care. Bye. Mwah.